Hey, do you mind taking the trash out?
Hands are up, now lunge. One, go down. Remember, when you go down the lunge, watch your feet down on the floor.
I'm Mike Nason. I'm the engineer here on site at the Lycoming County landfill. The purpose of the landfill was really to establish a regional center to bring solid waste. Back in the 70s, it was very common for every municipality to have a small little dump somewhere near the stream and stuff. And the idea was the county to consolidate that and make a state-of-the-art facility. So we actually serve a 6-county region. When the waste comes into the landfill, it typically comes into like a packer truck you see run around through your neighborhoods, and it'll come across a scale. It'll get weighed, the truck will get weighed full, it'll get weighed empty, and we charge them according to the weight that they dispose of. We average about 1,000 tons per day. That would turn out to be about 300,000 tons per year. So the landfill itself has just over 8 million tons in place. Well, our permit from the Department of Environmental Protection, which is a state regulatory agency, allows us to accept up to, on the average of 1,600 tons per day, or a daily maximum of 2,000 tons per day. The waste goes from the scale house up to the operating phase, and they actually have to drive on top of the landfill, so it's like a continuous construction process. And they're actually driving up on top of the soil that's on top of the garbage. And the customer will actually discharge the waste material out. And then the dozer will push the material into place, and then our compactor will run back and forth and compact that material. And we want the waste to be deposited in like a 2 to 3 foot lift. And we want the spiked wheels to run back and forth over the waste anywhere from 4 to 5 times. That gives us a maximum compaction. Now that he's empty, he'll actually drive back onto the exit scales. We'll weigh the truck empty, and we know how much waste they deposited. And the hauler will actually get charged by the weight that was on the truck. The one thing I would try to get people to do is actually recycle more, because landfilling is kind of the place of last resort. We actually did a study on looking at the material we're currently accepting into the landfill, and we try to emphasize recycling before it gets disposed at the landfill. But we went to several different sites. There was one in Rapid City, South Dakota, and one in Atlanta, and they were able to recycle 75% of the material that comes in. It's very similar to our material. It's easy to do up front. Once it gets all mixed together and the cardboard and the paper gets, coffee grounds on it, it's harder to recycle. It's a lower quality material. If you can imagine, if we could recycle 75% of the material, all of a sudden our existing capacity at the landfill would last 3 times as long. If you can recycle, that would be great. Look at currently in our systems, it's bottles and cans and jugs, something you can screw lids on. Try to use that as much as possible. We're currently recycling about 25% of our waste materials, but if you go to the operating phase, you can see that there are a lot of people that aren't participating that could. And it's a problem we all share as Pennsylvania. The average Pennsylvanian generates 4.5 pounds of waste a day, and it has to go somewhere. If you don't recycle it, it has to come to a landfill.
Here we go. 3 jabs to the left. 3 jabs to the left. Go. Jab. Shoot.
No, why don't you try recycling next time?
My name is Jason Yorks. I'm the Lycoming County Resource Recovery Manager and Lycoming County Recycling Coordinator. This current recycling facility was built in 2003. It's 60,000 square foot material recovery facility. We currently are bringing in 45 to 50 tons of recycled material every day, and we run 5 days a week. So that's a significant amount of recyclables, and I know there's much more out there. Currently, we have clear, brown, and green glass, number 1 plastic, number 2 plastic, tin, aluminum, newsprint, magazines, cardboard, that's 10. We also are taking chipboard, which is your cereal boxes, and junk mail. Some of our biggest problems is just getting the word out to the public of what we can and cannot accept. So often we get lawn chairs, TVs, swimming pools, plastic materials that they have good intentions, but we can't accept because we have nowhere to sell it and broker it. So it ends up as garbage. So trying to educate the public of what we can and cannot accept. And granted, it has changed in the last 20 years of what we can and cannot accept, but it's just getting the word out, consistent word to the public, and educating them of what the current recycling capabilities are for Lycoming County. For those residents that pay your daily trash bill, filling up your garbage can, you want to try to keep that out of the landfill. That material is just going to go sit in the landfill, when it's actually worth much more in value to monetarily and to the environment by being reused and recycled. We can use it, the plastics, newsprint, all that stuff can be reused and doesn't need to go into landfill. For every ton of material that I am able to save out of that landfill and use in a recycling center, generate income for the county. I mean, not only am I generating an income, but I'm also able to save that space, and that's a 3 by 3 by 3 space of landfill. And we're just starting field 11 currently right now, and we have field 12 in the plans, but that gives us capacity up to 2025. So if we can get more of that 40% of fiber material that they say is going in the landfill each day, we can get that out. We're only going to be adding days to it, not taking away. So it's a win-win. We're given more opportunity for landfill capacity, so we're able to have the landfill open longer, more years, plus we're able to generate a higher income, because what they pay at the scales here for the garbage trucks is still less than what if we sell it on the market, and to brokers we're able to make much more money. So it's a win-win. The fact that a single individual may not feel they have any kind of an impact on the landfill or on recycling, all they need to do is ask for a tour, come down to the tour of the facility. They can see how much plastic or how much aluminum or tin they generate and see where it actually goes. Usually if people have an opportunity to see the landfill and watch the garbage trucks open up and the material get pushed out, and they look at it and you realize all the plastic jugs, all those items that could have been recycled are now permanently buried in a landfill. And just one person has an impact. It really does. This county has a great opportunity to grow in recycling. We're going to keep trying to educate and push the recycling movement, try to get the word out to all your schools, but every individual has an opportunity to make a difference. They really do.